Today I will be presenting our adult learning graphic from our small group blog post. My name is Jordan Helving, and our first definition is adult learning, which is the process by which mature learners acquire new knowledge, skills, or attitudes, often with self-direction, applying life experience, and relevance to real-world tasks. So for an example, adult learning is applicable in any form of learning that adults go through, but some examples include formal learning at a university, non-formal learning by taking an online training class, and informal learning, which is things you just learn from your day-to-day life. And our second adult learning definition is adult learning climate, which is the environment, psychological, cultural, social, or physical, in which adult learning occurs, including elements such as trust, openness, safety, respect, and support that encourage risk-taking and engagement. In our book, Rothwell discusses the learning climate as a key factor in whether adults feel safe to engage and learn. And an example of an adult learning climate is a workshop, colleges, and adult programs.
So first off, a learning organization is an organization that intentionally creates, acquires, and transfers knowledge and modifies its behaviors to reflect that newly acquired knowledge. So learning is embedded in its culture. A good example of this is going to be a more formal-based adult learning climate. So that's going to be traditional academic institutions, which includes colleges and vocational schools. This is because learning is a part of the culture. The institutions were created for the purpose of adult education. And then organizational learning is going to be the process by which organizations gain knowledge and insight over time. They retain that knowledge and then adjust their practices accordingly. So it's the how of learning inside the organization. A good example of this would be is if an organization has poor performances, that organization is going to then implement team building trainings and exercises, and as a result, performances improve. And because of this, the organizations will then use team building practices in the future to continue the good performances.
Small group learning, a learning approach in which learners work in small teams to discuss problems solved and generate understanding collaboratively. This peer interaction deepens learning beyond what a lecture would. Example, this project is an excellent example of small group learning. We all came together with our knowledge on adult education to complete an assignment and further our knowledge on the topic. Technology, tools, platforms, and digital resources used to support, deliver, enhance, or personalize adult learning. Example, computers, phones, e-learning systems, simulations, learning management systems, and mobile apps.
Relationship between adult learning concepts. Adult learning is based on the idea that adults learn differently than children. They bring experience, goals, and self-direction into the progress. Core ideas like self-directing learning, experimental learning, and transformative learning all connect because they focus on real-life relevance and personal growth. When adults see how learning ties into their work, values, and goals, they're more motivated and engaged. These concepts overlap in promoting autonomy, reflection, and practical application. Adults learn best when they can use what they learn right away. How these concepts influence the workplace. They create a culture where learning never stops. Employees become more motivated, confident, and self-directed. Teamwork and communication improve throughout small group learning. Technology makes training more flexible and accessible. Organizations grow by learning from experience and adapting to change. Overall, these ideas help workplaces stay innovative, supportive, and ready for anything.